Nigeria is one African country that puts a good outing at each edition of GITEX Technology Week, one of the world's biggest technology events that holds in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Ibrahim, led other government officials, both at the federal and state levels, to tour the Dubai government pavilion in order to learn from the experiences. He joins us to discuss this and other issues.
So what are some of the lessons that you take back home to help you better regulate the IT industry?
Being with NITDA, we have a lot of lessons to learn from here because we are coordinating. And one of the things, at least we have learned through our participation, that other nations are not sleeping. They are progressing, they are developing. And as long as we want to be relevant, then we need to progress in ICT. Because if you look at even the country here, United Arab Emirates, from last year we were here with you, 2016 October, and this year we are here 2017 October. Within 1 year, for sure you will see they have progressed tremendously in ICT. So this is a clear indication that if we are sleeping, other nations are not. So we have to wake up and ensure that we try to increase our pace.
Would you say there have been any benefits from all our previous participation in this same GITEX show?
Yeah, from last year to this year we have a lot. Firstly, at least we've showcased our innovation in Nigeria last year, and this year we are also showcasing. From last year to this year, we believe that we have been monitoring the progress of our startups, which I think is commendable. And secondly, we established strategic partnership through IT regulation, improving the quality of our standards and guidelines, and government digital services. From last year to this year, we established strategic partnership, we maintain them, we have been in touch, and we are having a win-win relationship.
So talking about startups, do you think we are creating the right environment for them to succeed?
This is a very technical question that has many dimensions. We are doing our best. However, because of constraints of resources and many more, it could not be enough. The support startup needs from all of us, I believe that for now, we don't have the resources to deliver 100%. However, with all the constraints, we have been there for them day in, day out, 24/7. One, we try to mentor them, to give them guidance and counseling. Secondly, we usually support them with seed funding. It could not be sufficient, but it is a clear indication that we are willing to do more as long as the resources are available. Number three, we try to keep in touch with them day in, day out to monitor their progress. Four, with all the constraints, we sponsored 10 this year to GITEX, including their air tickets, their accommodation, their feeding, and many more. Looking at our constraint of resources, I believe this is a clear indication that we are there for them. Sometimes the support could not be financial. Keeping in touch with them through guidance and counseling, supporting them, mentoring them, try to establish contact between them on one hand and other expert on the other is a clear indication that this is a support which could be technical.
So from your experience so far, are foreign investors showing interest in some of these startups?
For sure they are. Even today as I'm talking to you, Google indicated interest to at least partner with some of our startups. They are doing wonderfully well. That is the reality of the situation. And there are many other nations and multinational companies that are willing to come and see how they can partner with us or mentor them, as the case may be.
Some would say that a program like GITEX has outlived its relevance for the Nigerian IT sector. Do you agree?
I disagree with that. For sure, I disagree with that. As you all know, you cannot develop IT infotech in silos. No nation can develop in IT without sharing their experience with others, strategic partnership, professional collaboration, and many more. No nation can develop IT in silos. By coming here, we are able to see what other nations have achieved what we have achieved, and we try to see the gap between us. This is a clear indication of what we have been doing. Sometimes for you to know what other nations are doing is an encouragement for you to do more. NITDA came in touch with many multinational companies through GITEX, many of them. And up till now, we maintain our contact and relationship with them. Recently, many multinationals are supporting us to even develop some standards and guidelines based on their experience and expertise as well. So I think for one to feel like maybe it had outlived, I don't think it has done that. I don't think. I disagree with that.
Okay. Now, one challenge we obviously have is the challenge of importation. How do we ensure that some of these new partnerships in GITEX would result into us deepening our local content?
We had a meeting now with even some companies. What we emphasize more is not just about for you to import to Nigeria or to come and establish your own ICT plant. We are after companies that will come to Nigeria and domesticate their product, meaning that it should be made in Nigeria. This has many advantages. One, by made in Nigeria, it will reduce pressure on our local currency. The entire transaction will be in Naira. We are strengthening our local currency. Secondly, if it is made in Nigeria, meaning it will be controlled by the country. This will support the country in trying to reduce our unemployment. Because if it is domesticated in Nigeria, then we are the alpha and omega of whatever is taking place there. So it is an avenue for us to reduce our unemployment, which is also very critical. Number three, it is an indication that it will improve the image of the country. For example, you say HP domesticated in Nigeria, or Dell domesticates in Nigeria. Wherever you buy the product and you see made in Nigeria, it is an effort, an attempt to improve the image of our country, which could be global. So these are some of the benefits we are looking. We are not only inviting people to come and sell in our country or to come and import to our country, no, to domesticate in our country. By domesticating, it is an avenue for our local manufacturers to liaise with them, to benefit from them, to share their knowledge and experience, which what we are after. Because as long as we can use the avenue to develop our local content within 10 years or 20 years, for sure we can rely on our local content without any significant importation of either hardware or software.
Finally, before I let you go, you've just marked 1 year in office. Would you say some of your reforms are bringing good changes? And if some are not, are you willing to change them?
I think this is a very important question, but it's always difficult for me to assess myself. People working with you that are very objective are in the better position to assess what you have done so far. However, based on the general discussion with the people that are very objective and they understand what ICT sector is all about, I think we have achieved a lot. However, there are many more challenges ahead. Before coming to NITDA, there was nothing like IT regulation. But for sure now, if you look at how MDAs are complying, it is a clear indication that we have a regulatory body in Nigeria that is there for IT sector. Many MDAs are complying. Many private companies are coming with their complaint. Why? They recognize there is a regulatory body, and that body is there for them, which is NITDA. We are also supporting local content. This is the first time we are monitoring MDAs, the implementation of their projects, sending letters to them like CBN, Bank of Industry, calling their attention to put their project on hold and ensure that we do an assessment to make sure that we have no local content, to take care of that before we allow them to make any importation or purchase any foreign software or hardware, as the case may be. We are monitoring all MDAs, sending letters to them officially. We don't make noise, but we contact them and we keep in touch with them.
Why did you have to leave it there? Thank you for being on TechNet today.
It's my pleasure, CFA.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Really.
Hope you enjoyed some of the cool innovation showcase here at GITEX. The world is moving technologically, and Nigeria must begin to make technology a priority in all aspects of our national lives. That's our show for today, but the conversation continues online. Do join us there. Remember, you can watch these and previous editions of the show on the Channels TV YouTube account or via my blog cfatech.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.